everybody. It's Wednesday, August the 23rd, 2013. This is Slashplayed Podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, baby. I'm RJ. I'm also here with two jackasses. Their name was Dustin.
Yep.
And Keith.
Also, yep.
Okay. So, hey, guys. I really need to find a better intro then. So, hey, guys.
What's been going on? I will tell you what's been going on.
Dude, Keith, what's been going on?
So, today...
Get at me, dog.
Today officially marks the last day of my 8-day stretch at work.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
The one he talked about last week.
Yeah, the one I talked about last week that I was about to start.
So
we have officially gotten a beginning and an end.
We've come full
circle.
Yep.
And I am so surprised.
It's more like
I
full
went
on.
8 days with literally 64 plus hours of me standing on my feet with some of the most insufferable human beings on the planet, and I didn't kill any of them.
Well, I get. Do you really want a medal for, hey, I didn't go to prison this week?
Nobody definitely wants a cookie.
I'm not going to comment on
So what you're saying is we're here with beer, get used to it?
Yeah.
That's the
Sure.
post line for this week's video.
Sweet.
Because I always... So the other thing that is, as a quick side note, is I always give myself way too much work because I post something on the YouTube thing that's like, this is kind of witty, and then I try and do another witty thing on the Facebook thing. Guess what?
They're going to
be the same today.
This week, and from now on,
no.
Probably not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So how was your week, Keith?
Was
it Super Baller Supreme?
No,
super garbage.
What really pissed me off, and also kind of awesome, is that 8-day stretch turned into a 10-day stretch. Because, the 2 days off I had before I started the stretch, I had a staff meeting on Monday, and then a staff meeting on Tuesday.
What?
So
what?
Because the staff meeting on Monday I was in charge of because of the crew trainer program, and the staff meeting on Tuesday was the manager's staff meeting where Miss Pat sat down with us. But because Tim Denny, our owner, had a whole bunch of friends of his that own other McDonald's.
I feel like you say real names too much.
Okay. Mr.
We're gonna stop now. You can just say the guy who owns all the stores.
Yeah.
You can just, God, fuck you!
The guy who owns our company.
So for anybody who's really angry about any pops or clicks that actually happen in this fucking recording, it's fucking Dustin's fault, and you can cut his hands off after he's done making the website. Whenever that happens in 20 never.
It's coming. It's work in progress.
It'll happen when I move into
we're kind of past
a
20
place.
never though. You mean
shut up?
You mean 20 now?
Tonight
No,
we're gonna party
I'm
like
talking
it's
about
1999.
20,000, and that's still 20 never.
Good cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it meant in the first place.
The owner had some of his friend owners from Virginia and their district soups.
Froners.
Yeah, Froners, whatever. Come to see
The
our
Fronenberg
store.
Project.
Broners.
No.
Because our store...
yes. Okay, yes.
Sweet.
I'll give you that one. It's very rare that I give you one, but yeah. I'll take it. I'm sorry, you were saying?
Yeah.
Broners.
I'm going to punch you.
I've got a huge broner.
No. Okay, I'm taking it away.
Take it back.
No.
Take it back. You can't have it anymore.
I was like halfway through putting the gold star up on the chart, and then I went, "What the? Did he just shit on the floor?" No, nuh-uh.
You're bad at kindergarten, Dustin.
Oh man,
the
best.
But because we use a different program than they do when it comes to running the store and the managers,
Right.
They wanted to see how to implement it in their store successfully, and we're pretty good at it. So our owner was just like, yeah, come check us out and stuff like that. So I was at this RDM meeting, which literally usually takes an hour and a half. I was there for 4 fucking hours. So when the next RDM meeting this past Tuesday happened, when we go over our numbers and stuff, our people manager was like, yeah, we got 4.92 hours of overtime last week, which is actually up from the week before. And Megan, our store manager, looks at me and goes, hey, yeah, that was all Keith. And I was just like, what? And she was like, yeah, remember that RDM meeting? And I was like, oh, right, because I wasn't supposed to work that day. So I had to come in for the meeting, and she put my hours in. So,
because you still get paid for your meetings.
Yeah. I still get paid for all the meetings, but the meeting wasn't supposed to be that long. So she was like, it actually pained me to put your hours in because I knew you were going to get all the overtime.
Right.
And I was like, balls. And so on this next check, I'm looking at 6 hours of overtime. Between that meeting, and then the all overtime, I'm probably going to get or all the overtime I got actually working last week, because I always get overtime because they never want me to be home.
So sick transition. I might be looking at like 6.5 hours of overtime.
Yeah.
Or 7.5.
Because you have a job now.
Because I have a temporary job. We'll see how things work out. I also had a local college call me.
Dude,
local college whose students are buying books from the local bookstore that I work at.
And as many people as...
Also, how great is that fucking shirt? That is the best... This is the worst radio.
So Dustin's wearing a shirt, and if you know anything about Wilmington, which you probably don't, UNCW football. The shirt says UNCW football.
They don't have a football team
since 1947. UNCW doesn't have a football team.
They don't have a football team. It's the
undefeated.
And Dustin bought it from my store because we have the best T-shirts.
Dude, fives.
It's a good T-shirt.
God damn it!
That was kind of on purpose.
So, shit, what was I going with? Also, apparently, last week, our store, so we've got like 200 plus stores in the company.
Right.
We were fucking third in rentals.
Sweet.
Get at me. Also, I made...
Rentals, what do you guys rent out?
Books.
Oh, y'all rent books?
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work?
We give them to them, and then we take their fucking driver's license, and we get a phone number, and we get an email, and we say, guess what?
Oh, so it's like a super library.
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, it's, it is the...
It's
if
a
we
maximum
absolutely...
security library.
Well, and the thing is, like, we have all that information. We don't even need it, because if it gets past a certain point and you still have your book, guess what? We do just fucking charge you the difference.
So all you need is a credit card number.
Correct, yeah. Why
Why the fuck do you take their... Oh, well. I guess you would want your book back.
Because preferably we want it back.
Right.
And we don't want it.
We
don't want to. Well, this is not the on-campus bookstore.
Oh, this is a bookstore.
This is a bookstore that is off-campus. That
Ours
is
wasn't either.
like 500 feet that way.
No, our books.
UBE didn't do it either.
Yeah. Yeah, as I say.
Also,
UBE
I made.
being the off-campus.
I pulled in like 10 grand a day, and like 1,000 in cash.
Cool. That was like the exact opposite of my day. It has been so slow the past 3 days at work, I've seriously considered going in the crew room and hanging myself by my necktie.
That's like the opposite of me lately.
I've been so frustratingly bored.
Well, so the reason that we pulled so much cash in today was the first day. First day of classes.
Oh,
literally.
So everybody's just like, oh shit, I need books!
Yeah. Yeah, it was literally, oh fuck, oh god damn it. Oh, so, and the story that I heard from some kids coming in was that, like, the school bookstore was so packed, there was like a line down the stairs from it.
Nice.
And that was just people waiting to pick up books that they had already paid for. They were like, fire code. Can't let more people in.
You know what was really nice about the scholarship I was on? I got a book stipend like a good couple of days before school started, and I also had the ability to go to campus and live there. Like it was like 3 days before your move in. I was already allowed to move in. So I was like moved in, had my books, found all my classes, and I was just chilling on campus for like 3 days waiting for everybody else to get here. I was just like, I'm fucking bored.
That's funny. You bought books. It's actually kind of cute.
Well, because my books were free.
Well, yeah,
and I always bought secondhand, and I didn't buy all the books I needed.
Yeah, but I always got the money, the grant for the books, and then just didn't buy the books.
You were also a poli-sci major, so I don't want to hear nothing.
Shit. The only thing that I've heard worse than that is my buddy who is a philosophy economics major, because he ain't doing nothing but teaching economics or philosophy after that.
No shit.
Those are the two jobs you get with those majors.
Like if you want
or you're working for like a fucking Fortune 500 company, but you're the only one.
If you want to be in economics,
or you're working for Valve or CCP,
yeah,
because they've got 5 economists. I don't know, CCP shitting on Valve as far as economists go.
If you want to be an economist or like do something that involves like numbers and money and stuff, be an accountant. Like go for accounting. Do something productive.
Or kill Michael Pachter.
Sure.
And take his. He's the guy that when the video game industry needs a quote from an economist, they go to him. So you have to kill Michael Pachter.
Wasn't he the guy that said like video games have essentially become their own economy at this point?
No, I'm pretty sure he was the guy that said the Wii U was going to be a horrible failure. So every once in a while did I say Wii U?
Yeah.
I meant Wii. I meant the original. Sorry.
So he's an idiot.
And every once in a while he misfires.
Every once in a while he gets a bad egg.
Yeah, Oh, you say things on the internet, sometimes you're wrong. Who knew?
It's not usually us, though.
It's usually me.
So, Another thing. So there's a big ass fucking crack in the middle of my windshield now.
Is it a crack in time and space caused by the TARDIS?
No, it's cracking my fucking glass of my fucking windshield.
Oh, okay.
It's for very literally.
Did you get in a turf war with Wendy's? Are they throwing Frosties?
I don't know. All I know is, like, one night I drove home from work and it was dark, so if it happened that night, I didn't notice it. But I woke up the next morning to go to work. I sat in my car and I was like, huh. So I got out of my car, went to the front of my car, and, like, rubbed the crack, and I was like, that's a fucking crack in my goddamn windshield.
Is it like a proper just side to side crack, or is it like spidering?
No, it's proper. Just like there's like it starts from the bottom left corner and just crawls up my fucking window in one line.
That's
one segment, and then
your car got like way too much torque on one side. And just like cracked the glass.
No.
I don't know nothing about cars,
but what makes it worse though is I went to work that day and I came home and it was fine. I woke up the next morning to go to work and it was fucking longer.
You know why I did that?
Because I need to roll down my windows.
Because rain and humidity.
Yep.
I mean the worst time for that is fucking winter, because you'll go to bed and then moisture will get in there and then it will freeze and it will just fucking pry that shit apart.
So now I gotta figure out the fucking deductible for my insurance to get the Safe Flight guys out there while I'm working to basically paint fucking clear goose shit on my windshield. Well, I was so pissed. Especially when I came outside and saw that I had gotten bigger. I was on the way to work, but I was working like 10 to 6 that day, so it was
Sorry, when you say 10 to 6, that used to be my old shift, but it's the opposite of the 10 to 6 that you're talking about.
10 to 6. No, it was on a weekend because my mom was still home.
Okay.
So it must have been that Sunday.
Okay.
I went outside, sat in my car, literally was like, what the fuck? And then I stormed back inside. My mom already knew my window was cracked. And I was like, my fucking windshield's cracked more. And she's like, what? And I was like, it's longer. And I started like fucking flailing and raging through my house. Because I would imagine the deductible is relatively low. But the sheer fact my windshield, to this point, by all the knowledge I've accumulated, is literally cracked for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because on the way home from work, a rock didn't hit my car. There's just no reason. I walked outside, fucking shit was cracked, and now I'm pissed off about it.
Did you get drunk and sit on your windshield?
I haven't gotten drunk in like a while. You know this.
At least the last 8 days.
At least 8 days.
At least 8 days.
Perfect.
At least 8 days.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Monday I got buzzed, but that's because it was Liberty's Liberty's girlfriend.
It was Liberty's girlfriend's birthday.
Really?
It was Liberty's birthday.
Lucky dog.
I knew, right?
You're gonna get really in trouble when this goes up.
Nah.
Okay.
This is the sound of indifference.
At least for now.
'Cause I do make her listen to all these.
Yeah.
I finally sat down and listened to the shorter one, the 40-minute one.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out too bad.
No, it's because I do a really good job of cutting out all the bullshit.
You do a really good
He does
job
a lot
of
of cutting.
You did a really good job of
I do
making
a lot,
it seem like we liked each other.
I do a lot of secret cutting.
He does a lot of cutting.
It's just for the attention.
Do you do it on the legs so you can hide it when you want to?
No.
No, he does it on Audacity because that's a program we use.
Thanks. You fuck shit.
Now everybody knows we're unprofessional.
No, we're totally professional. We're not talking to a Rock Band microphone into Audacity where I then cut it up in Sony Vegas 12.
Vegas is very professional.
It's okay, you can cut it.
Sony Vegas is about the best you can get unless you want to go to Mac.
Well, yeah, probably.
Ew.
So Justin, did you do anything? Anything happen with you this week?
I worked a lot. We went to the Carnival of Dreams.
Hey, we did do that.
What?
Yeah, Carnival of
Well,
Dreams.
before that, we
Saturday.
went to see Fuck You the Clown, who's a clown.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Who goes fuck you a lot. I don't know.
He does.
All I know is he's
all
I know is Jessica set up Darren and
Yeah, so apparently
that was pretty
Fuck You the Clown apparently does a thing called kamikaze comedy, which is a thing that I had never fucking heard of in my entire life.
And he also can't say.
Yeah. That's not true. Kamikaze comedy.
Oh, okay. He can say it. He just needed to prove it.
No, it's Book and Supply. I'm not going to say the first part of it, but we have the Best Price Promise, which every time I get on the phone, I'm afraid I'm going to sound drunk and just say the Best Price Promise, which almost happened the very first time, but then I've nailed it every time after that, so it's fine.
Jim Beam Bourbon Burger. Jim Beam Bourbon Burger. Jim Beam Bourbon Burger. Oh, I said it 3 times fast. I am owed a Jim Beam Bourbon Burger.
Okay.
And then you almost fucked it up.
Almost completely fucked it up.
So yeah, we went to go see this clown who's who reads the news and tries to make fun of it.
I think he does pretty substantially good job. Honestly, I laughed a lot.
How much of it was it the things I said?
I mean,
at least 3 times.
I think
He definitely. Well, okay. He has stage presence. He definitely has that, and he definitely has delivery. I might add a little spice to it, but
I would say that
flavor.
I would say that if you count the saturation, the 3 or 4 things that RJ said were always funny.
I mean,
versus the fact that he had to be on the whole time and be funny.
I mean, I'm saying
So,
like
yes,
like
both are yes.
just eating the marinade and not the steak is not a good plan. He was definitely the steak in this situation, and I was just like...
It was a funny show.
I had a little bit too. And now he wants us on the fucking show.
Yeah, on Wednesdays.
Every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday.
So we're investigating that.
Yeah, that might happen.
What do you mean?
We're going to go on the show and talk about video games.
Like
it's
a
gonna be
live
it's gonna be
video
like this,
stream.
but different.
Like a live video stream.
Like all of us?
I mean, if you want to be there.
He met the 2 of us, but I'm sure he wouldn't say no to you.
Well, it's our thing, not y'all's thing.
Well, you weren't. You were
I
not
wasn't
there.
there because I was fucking working an 8 days straight.
And then we told you about the other thing, which is the Carnival of Dreams that we went to, and then you still
stopped
didn't
texting
show up.
Did you stop texting me?
You said how long are you going to be there, and then we gave you we gave you until they kick us out, which ended up being midnight when we kicked ourselves out.
And then I said something. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure your phone is just bad at getting texts from me.
By the time I had gotten to that point in the conversation with you, it was already like 10:30, and at that point I was also 4 days,
right?
Like 4 days in. So 10:30 for me was like, too late. Fuck it, lay down.
Yeah.
Point is, anytime any of us are available on that Wednesday,
to be
all
fair,
of us or any of us at that time can go and do that.
Say the word I'm trying to say.
No,
Publicity, that one.
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
That's why we made sick hats.
Yeah, that's why we made hats before Carnival.
Yeah.
Actually, I made them for Carnival of Dreams.
Next week I'm gonna go get mine done.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Are
basically
you gonna get the sick
just let me know
pattern?
If they have
It's
it.
apparently
They
a
have-
fat
they have one,
flat
but I don't
built
know.
like mine.
I don't think it was a fat.
No, I'm not gonna get. A
That's
fat
what you
one.
told me.
I think the one that I saw was,
No,
but I
no,
think
no.
they had more.
I'm gonna get. Dude, I'm gonna totally get the fucking multicam pattern
Okay.
for the Ami.
Okay.
Dude, do whatever.
I don't know. I don't know
I do
what
what
they
I want.
have.
I'm paying for it.
Okay.
No, I know they do. They
Okay.
have it because they make hats for vets all the time.
Dustin took $20 from me and then showed up with a hat, and that's.
And you were just like, hey.
He was like,
That's a hat.
here's a flat brim, and I was like, you fuck.
He was like, this is really dumb, but I can't say anything.
No, I did keep saying things. I kept saying, this is really dumb. No,
But-
this is really
But
dumb.
positive publicity.
Dude, who cares?
Dude, these are so dumb. Those hats are so dumb. You know what else is dumb? Wait, did anything else happen in your week? Carnival of Dreams happened. We went there for cancer.
I have a feeling
yeah, it was
you're
for cancer.
I have
That
a
was
feeling
nice.
you're gonna transition to Saints Row 4.
You know what else is dumb?
Saints Row 4.
That's the one. Oh, that game. That game starts off real strong. I don't know how it's going to end or continue. So here are my concerns about that fucking game.
Well,
We're not-
that they've completely made cars and your posse and being in a gang completely
Dude,
useless and
your
futile.
your gang has been completely useless and futile for games. And by
Yeah,
games, I mean
But cars
since
weren't-
Saints Row 2.
Why would I want to drive if I can just like steamroll run through the cars?
you
that are
don't.
in the
You
way?
don't.
The
You're faster than cars.
There's only one reason to drive a car, and that is cosmetic.
Okay, and to be fair,
No, there's the other
no.
reason to drive a car, which is to steal a car during the missions in which you have to steal a car.
To be fair, I have not played this game.
Uh-huh.
Okay, to be completely fair, these are only opinions I have observed. So
I've played 5 hours and 15 minutes and have barely touched the story, so
So-
this is where I'm coming from.
yeah, so take this.
And Dustin saw me play most of that and has touched it enough to say, yo, does that game control like Saints Row? 3?
Yeah, no, it's entirely Saints Row.
Yeah, that game is...
this game very much feels like a DLC that got fleshed out to a full game. It feels like that wholeheartedly.
You know why it feels like that?
Because
that's what it
Because
is.
that's pretty much what
yeah.
it is.
Which was kind of a shame.
That's why I could never give it like a
and
full-on
I use the term
great
feel
rating.
usually because I haven't actually felt the game. But
Dude,
Again.
that's Saints Row 3 technology.
Yeah, no, I mean it's
I know.
It's Saints Row 3 engine, it's Saints Row 3 map.
So
it's
no,
Saints Row 3 gameplay.
so I know I was the only one out of the three of us that actually played the DLCs for Saints Row the Third, right? Unless
No.
you,
No, I played some of them.
You played some.
He
Which
played-
ones did you?
He played all of them, and he hated Genki's. We had this problem.
Genki was kind of terrible.
No. You liked it. You hated it.
No, okay. So I liked the commentators in Genki. I thought the rest of it was fucking god awful and
Shooting
unnecessary.
galleries are never fun for me.
I liked the shooting
To
gallery
answer your
because
question,
I'm
yes,
a
I
good
have
shot.
played the Saints Row the Third DLC.
Okay, what was the second one? Second one was the third one was the one that you got superpowers in, which is kind of the important one.
Now you're asking the wrong questions because I have no idea.
The second one was the important one in this conversation because it's the one where they put superpowers in the game. And guess what?
What was the name of that drink?
Saints Flow.
Saints Flow.
Saints
that's
Flow.
Yeah, you drink Saints Flow,
Uh-huh.
and then you go. It's like an energy drink that gives you superpowers. Yeah.
Except it was like gamma radiated because that was their. I don't know. That was the best joke they had.
I mean, how'd Spider-Man get his?
Yo, he got bit.
Spider.
He got bit by a spider. He didn't drink a spider.
Yeah, but it was radiated.
Fantastic Four.
Radiation's always the thing people go to when they want to give people superpowers.
Incredible Hulk.
If you're,
unless it's the Matrix.
If you're Marvel. Well, funny story, Keith.
Because Saints Row 4 is the fucking
Matrix.
So yeah, okay.
And Crackdown.
So
and
stop it. Okay, so ground level shit. Saints Row 4 is based off of a standalone DLC that they were making.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going to be a standalone DLC released afterwards called Enter the Dominatrix.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like they had all of the ideas for aliens. They be aliens. Here comes all this nonsense, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like a lot of that was in there. And I'm interested to see, like, if they just did more of that or what it is impossible to know what they added beyond that because that didn't come out.
Right.
So you are the president in Saints Row 4.
Yes.
Not literally
United
from
Saints of America.
Not literally from minute 1, but from minute like 15 or so,
right.
Because there's a little bit of a lead up. You are the president.
It kind of explains how you become.
Or if you're an avid Tropico player, you are El Presidente.
Sure. Or if you're me, you are
Spanish.
Or if you're me, you're British president.
Sure.
Or
Which is
if
pretty
you're
fantastic.
or if you're Dustin, you're transgender Nolan North president.
No, she is definitely female, but she has Nolan North's voice.
Okay. Whatever.
Surgery.
Yeah,
It is the future, RJ.
Well, I mean, it's
It's not transgender.
It's
just the chick with Nolan North's voice.
image as designed is basically what I have to say about that.
Because it's hilarious.
So
and Nolan North.
So
Did you? Oh, I gotta ask a question though. Did you make this character in the inauguration station before the game was launched, or did you make it when you started your playthrough?
I did not make it in the inauguration station, but I did play around with it previously.
So you kind of had an idea that you were going to basically make the game retarded.
Actually, no.
No.
I kind of
No.
just... I mean, I had
I'm
an
going to take
idea
that back
of...
only in the fact because watching a chick with a relatively good-sized bust go, so act like Nolan, was pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, what I did was I went into it and I looked at all the options and I was like, okay, cool, there's a lot of customization.
Yo, he just
And
really
then
wanted to play a
honestly-
chick, and he really wanted the Nolan North voice.
I would have been, yeah.
On it, and initially,
I
I was thinking...
I would have went with you.
So flip side.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Flip side, I couldn't
It's a
import
good
my
voice.
character out of the inauguration station.
Why not?
Because last time I
must not
checked,
have uploaded it or something.
I'm pretty sure it said, "Hey, you've added your thing to the gallery or whatever or something." It gave me a confirmation of some point in that, and then I logged into the same account and tried to pull it down and went, "Nah, son, you ain't got shit up on here."
And they didn't, like, day one patch it or something like that?
This was day one. This was day one. I mean, I don't know.
As
And
far
it's
as
on
we
Steam,
know-
so if day one patches are going to be out, they're going to be on Steam.
Yeah.
So I
One
don't
thing
know.
I do appreciate about how Volition
Uh-huh.
and Deep Silver tackled this game is they were relatively open with review copies of this game.
Oh yeah, they got it out super.
Yeah,
like
they got
reviewers.
it out
Reviewers
a
got
solid 7 days. Like,
reviewers had this game at like the beginning of August.
Oh, did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, they had like
yeah.
3 weeks.
Well, I know for a fact I started seeing content on this game.
Yeah.
Like a good week before it was
Yeah,
launched,
yeah.
which was super awesome because that literally takes Volition. Volition can be like, hey, here's a review copy, a solid 2-3 weeks in advance. Give us feedback
great.
for our day one patch.
I think the only other people who I think consistently do that are Rockstar.
Yeah.
Who apparently get games to people a full month in advance. So and I guess Blizzard, but how often does Blizzard put out a fucking game?
Sweet, I got something to say about
Right.
Blizzard too.
Well, we'll get to that when we. Okay, so the third DLC in Saints Row the Third added superpowers, which was the super speed.
Right.
I think the super jump was in it.
It was super speed, super jump, and the strength.
Well, Was there a super jump? I can't entirely remember. I don't think there was a super jump in it.
Are you sure?
I keep thinking back to it, and I don't think there was one in it.
There definitely wasn't a super jump to the level that Saints Row 4 has super jump.
So there was the speed at the very least. There was the strength, but then they had the shitty fireball too.
Right.
They had the shitty short Hadouken fireball.
One thing, and like I said,
and it was terrible.
And Saints Row 4, like I said, I haven't played the game, but I've seen a lot of it because basically, as soon as a lot of the critics and reviewers that I watch consistently started releasing content for it, I was just like, oh my god, Saints Row 4, because woo shit. Sorry. Because I mean, ever since forever ago, you were just like, hey, get hyped for Saints Row 4.
Get hyped for Saints Row. Get hyped for Dive Kick.
I remember when.
Guess which game we didn't play this week.
Definitely not Saints Row 4.
Yo,
too
hyped
kick. For Saints Row.
Well,
super hyped. Super hyped
broke
for jump
for
kick.
not Saints Row.
Too broke for Dive Kick.
Too broke for both.
So, well, realistically, yes, but because you've been showing me the Saints Row 4 trailer for a while now.
I've been showing you trailers.
Yeah.
To be fair, I also showed you Dive Kick trailers.
True. But
Dive Kick, you will get your Dave Lang. You will get your money. Adam Keats, you will get your money.
But you got me really mega excited for this game, and it may sound really not necessarily vain, but it might sound just a little meh because I didn't really like Saints Row 1. You know this.
I've never played Saints Row 1.
Yeah. Saints Row 2 wasn't really that much of a step up for me.
That's the first game I played. I really enjoyed. I think Saints Row 2 had a pretty legit storyline as far as semi-serious things go.
Yeah, and Saints Row 2 I played a lot more of than Saints Row 1 because it was just a step up.
It was seriously towing the line between the are we Grand Theft Auto or are we something else? Dumb, and Septic Avenger said we are something else.
And then Saints Row 3 came out, and as you guys know, I only played the DLC and a lot of the in-game stuff.
I fucking hate you. I'm sorry, continue.
But you know what?
Let's not make this an argument.
That really, really set me up. That kind of set me up for failure with this one, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Because when you start getting into the superpowers and stuff of Saints Row 4, you are at in-game Saints Row 3 plus some. And you can run at super speed and punch people into space.
Yeah, okay, so here's what I'll say. Don't play Saints Row 4 until you've beat Saints Row 3.
I don't want to beat Saints Row 3.
No, you do.
No drive for it.
No, you do.
Well, here's...
You know what else? You want to beat The Witcher 2, but you don't really have drive for that either, right?
No, I don't have time for that.
Well, okay.
I re-got my drive. I sat down and started playing it a little more. So I just don't... Right now, I have a consistent schedule coming up. I'm going to beat that fucking game.
Here's what I have to say about Saints Row 4. My concerns, which I was trying to... We'll get to it. My concerns about Saints Row 4. That city is the same city as Saints Row 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And what I'm concerned about is the fact that this was a standalone DLC to begin with. There are collectibles in that game that you get to upgrade your superpowers.
Yes.
There's an early on achievement to get, or a challenge to get 100 of them. And then it unlocks the next challenge. There are 1,225 or 55 of those to get total in the game. I am afraid they have filled this game with filler bullshit that only people like me are crazy enough to go and attempt to clear out.
To basically try to flesh this out into a full launch.
The other problem I have is I feel like because superpowers became such a thing, I feel like over the last... I feel like from 2 to 3 they lost track of some of the things that were fun, like Septic Avenger. I think Septic Avenger is fucking hilarious. I think spraying shit on things to lower property levels is hilarious. From
literal shit.
From 3 to 4, they have cut so many of the great activities out, or I haven't seen them yet. Like they left in fraud insurance, which has been in there since at least 2.
Yeah.
But they cut out the thing where you fucking ride an ATV and are on fire. That, as far as I'm aware, that's not in there. On the flip side, they have 4 fucking mayhem modes in there. They have an on-foot... that I'm aware of. They have an on-foot mayhem, they have a tank mayhem, they have a mech mayhem, and they have an airborne mayhem. That's too many, because you're still doing the same thing, which is just driving around and blowing stuff up, and they don't have enough fucking fences in this game for me to just be like, okay, I can just gold this and move on.
the fence and then move on.
Because, like... they have 3 tiers of completion now. They have a bronze, silver, and gold tier for each of these. And when I don't have fences to farm and just get this shit out of the way, it makes me fucking upset. You know what else they don't have? Fucking C4 that I can just throw like 10 places, run down the street, and then just jam the fucking C4 button a bunch of times and rack up a fucking combo. Because that's the other tactic.
You know, another thing that bugs me about this, and I feel like they've tried to do something that wasn't really touched. Well, it was touched on, but it wasn't like successfully completed. When it comes to the activities you get to do, is they're trying to give activities a purpose in Saints Row 4, where it's like literally disrupt the system. Like you're doing these activities to bug the computer kind of thing.
So,
but my problem is like, although they did try to like. Excuse me. They tried to ramp up the activities. Obviously, because it's a sequel and you have superpowers, they're trying to make them more super power-y. But they're the same activities from 3.
So here's another thing: is that one of the so now they have 2 different kinds of activities. They have blue activities and green activities. Blue activities are the like classic-esque activities,
and the green ones are the
red. They're blue and red. So there are straight up activities that are just like, did you ever take one of the like random phone calls on your phone that's like, come here and defend this place through a couple waves?
On Saints Row 2?
On Saints Row 3?
No.
No,
I remember where somebody calls you and they're just like, hey, you're blah blah blahs.
It's like, there's Deckers over here. That's just one of the missions. That's one of the activity types now.
Right.
Fuck that. Like, I really like Saints Row 4, so don't get me wrong, but fuck that, and fuck all these mayhem missions, because that's not making the game any better. It's just not. I've been having an incredible amount of fun. Parts of this game are already super funny, and, debatably...
A lot of this game is really funny.
In the 5 hours that I've played, barely none of that has been actual story missions.
Right.
So, this game has got a lot of room to redeem itself. I really feel like I'm seeing all of the garbage up front. But again, I've talked to you guys about this, and I think I've said this on this podcast before.
That might be the best way to see it, though.
Where I played Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Pretty good.
I went there, and I just cleared out all the garrisons and did all that shit first, and then I went and saw the story.
Right.
If you give me the opportunity to just progress my character over even necessarily doing the story, I'm going to do that first. Because
that's usually what I did in the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Right, and again, you just climb all the towers, you buy all the banks, you do whatever. Because I want to... It's not like, I need to be the biggest, badass.
I want to be the best me that I can be.
Well, it's not the very best that no one ever was.
But it's not even that. It's I don't want a Red Faction guerrilla style thing or a San Andreas thing, which is the same thing, where you get the jetpack last. If you can get me the jetpack way earlier and then I can play through the whole game with the fucking jetpack, that sounds way better to me than doing all this fucking around nonsense. I don't need to be the best, but I want as much of the stuff as I can get as soon as I can get it, because that makes games more fun!
Well, what's really funny about it, too...
Makes games fun.
What's really funny about it, too, is in watching RJ play...
God, it's so distracting.
In watching RJ play Saints Row 4, it's also really, really funny because you can see...
how many times did I say, I'm going to go do this mission and then just...
Right. You can see how they definitely capitalize on the ADHD culture.
Oh my god,
because
it's so bad.
Oh my god... I'm gonna go do this mission now. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Literally, the achievement is called Ooh, a piece of candy.
Yeah, literally, that's the challenge achievement thing, is Ooh, piece of candy. Because you see this collectible on rooftops, and when you have the super jump, you can just super jump into the air and see all of them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god, I need to collect all of these. And they look so easy to get. And then 15 minutes later, you realize you're still collecting them in the same zone.
It's sort of like the Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts joke at the beginning, where it's just walk forward and collect these. Whoever collects them first, is the bestest. And they say, "No wait, this is stupid." Saints Row didn't say, "No wait, this is stupid."
They just kept doing it.
They just kept doing it, and it's really unfortunate. And again, I don't think they're gonna.
They probably won't.
And again, that is. I feel like I'm seeing some of the worst parts of this game right up front, but the worst parts of this game are still, they're still dragging it down from Saints Row 3, which is a real bummer, because if they had called this Saints Row 4 San Andreas, I think it'd be a lot more accurate. Which is like, guess what, guys? This is the same technology in the same. Well, okay, so it's not San Andreas in the same city. Exactly the same. Well, not exactly. There are new towers, and you don't have your headquarters, so it sucks more.
So this would be like either Liberty
the
City
same map.
Stories or Vice City Stories.
Yeah.
Of the Saints Row franchise.
Yeah.
You've been there, done that, but this time it's a little bit tweaked.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
You
it,
got a
dude.
little bit more to do.
Okay, so the parts about it that are fun, super jumping, running around, doing all that nonsense, even collecting things, still fun. Still been having fun with that.
Every bit of story and every bit of like content that they have added to it is funny and good.
The side quests are not great, but the side quests are usually just things that direct you to do things.
Right.
But then they have rewards at the end of it.
Right.
Like the dubstep gun.
Or the America gun.
No, the America gun we got for pre-ordering.
That's pre-order.
Was it?
Yeah, that was a pre-order.
Oh, we had
You
to unlock it.
Did you check your phone while you're playing? You can spawn in an Eagle Airjet thingy.
You don't have a phone.
Well, however
anymore.
you spawn things in, like
Okay.
spawn vehicles.
Yeah,
you can
no,
spawn. That's
just
another
like
one of
just
the
like your
pre-order
homies.
things.
Yeah.
It's like what was
I
the,
just got homies.
yeah.
Well, no, but remember in the old game when you
I know
could spawn
what
your
you-
car
yeah,
in?
I know.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
What
What was the jet called?
the VTOL?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
VTOL.
VTOL.
It's basically a reskin VTOL, but
Yeah.
it's
But it's an
reskinned
eagle.
to be an
But
eagle.
it screams.
Yeah,
When you shoot
it's a
missiles,
screaming
it goes,
eagle.
Wait, do that again and closer to the mic.
That's more like a pterodactyl.
Or a velociraptor. Anyways, it's more like Chris Bosch. Boom. NBA jokes. Anyways.
So when are you gonna finish that video, RJ?
When I look at it, when are you going to upload that other video?
When you give me the account information.
Boom.
I thought Dustin said don't you
Dustin
have that
doesn't
info?
have the YouTube stuff.
Do you not have that information?
I asked him. He said to ask you.
You said you were going to give him more permissions. I assume that
No,
was...
on Facebook.
Yo, we need to get better communicated.
He gave me all the permissions on Facebook,
Okay.
but but YouTube. I don't have the account information.
Okay, I will give you
I
that.
have it. I don't think we talked about that, did we?
No, it was me and you, because I said, how am I going to upload it? And you said, Dustin, blah, blah, permission on Facebook. I was like, yeah, but I'm talking about YouTube. And you're just like, oh, I'll just give you the stuff. And then we never talked about it.
All right, well,
Right. I was gonna
listen.
say because I was not privy to this information.
Hey,
at
so
all.
you guys might see like 2 videos within the next week.
Woo!
Who'd have thunk it?
I mean,
Content.
if I get the information with the next couple
Probably
of days,
not, but maybe.
you'll
yeah.
definitely at least get mine.
Maybe.
Yeah. Definitely, maybe.
We'll see we'll see.
I was just saying, then he's going to watch it and be like, no, and take it down.
Week 2 of this joke. All right. But I mean, Keith David is there. in
Keith
Saints
David
Row 4.
is pretty fucking funny.
Um,
Benjamin motherfucking King.
I have yet to make it back to Benjamin. So that's the other thing, is that I've seen very little of the storyline. Again, the storyline bits that I've seen have all been
Amazing.
really good. The side quest stuff has all just been redirecting you to other activities in the world, but again, they give you rewards.
But they're
so,
side quests. That's what side quests do.
Well, but they still pop up, and I'm like, I still want to do that.
Because ADHD.
You know, like I've always-
OCD, you're getting this wrong.
No, OCD is like shutting drawers and
No, OCD
saying,
is like, I have to do all of this.
well,
If I had ADHD, I would just...
ADHD is like you're halfway through all this and go, hey, what's that bird?
Yeah.
right. It's like it's
No,
like
you get
Oopie's
like,
Whereas-
you get like
whereas-
a quarter of the way through the collectibles
whereas-
because you keep jumping between all
Whereas
the
my OCD is, oh, I have to head back to this mission point. Hey, there's a shop over there. I could go hack that. Hey, there's some stuff over, and I just hit everything on the way back.
Well, your OCD is completionism.
Well, yeah.
Like that is correctly defined.
Let's
that
stop
way.
arguing over acronyms about
I'm just saying
this stuff. Okay.
it's ADHD because
But
OCD.
I'm holding out faith that this game is still gonna.
They're both things.
I'm
You
holding on
can't-
faith the fact that I'm going to wait for a price drop, then I'm going to play it. Because
Or-
I'm at that point.
Yo, you could just come over here.
Or I can just come over here.
Just
Yeah.
come hang out.
Well, I mean, but see, I can, when it comes to video games, I'm relatively good at living vicariously.
Uh-huh.
Like, I can sit down and watch somebody play the game and be satisfied and never touch it.
Uh-huh.
Same.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I gotta know how it feels.
Well,
I gotta do it just
well,
to feel,
to-
man. To
to
know
talk-
I'm still alive.
To talk more specifically on that, especially with sequels. Especially sequels like Saints Row 4 that are using the same technology.
You still
the
haven't.
same... Dude,
Says the guy who didn't play most of the third one.
Yeah, but I played a lot to know how the mechanics work, how the fucking progression works.
Have you at least seen the
how the guns
story
work.
in Saints Row?
Yes, I've seen it. I've watched the game be played. I just never played it.
Fine.
Until-
You get a pass.
Like because I was the day after, like one of my friends, RJ says I say people's names too much.
Yeah.
So one of my friends He literally shows up to the midnight release for every Saints Row game at like 9 p.m.
I want to hang out with that guy.
Yeah. So every single time a new Saints Row came out, except for this one, I always went to his house.
Well, no, that would be the funny thing is, oh, you're waiting for this game? No, okay, it's 12 o'clock. Have fun staying in your line. Peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Steam, just download.
Already downloaded.
Oh wait, preloaded.
Preload. Yeah.
Yep.
This was the fucked up thing because I had to go into work and I was like, I'm going to bed. I know it's coming out right now, but I have to be at work at 9 in the morning. Going to sleep.
You made a wise choice. A very difficult yet wise choice.
I'm trying to be an adult.
Yeah. You know about that. How's
I got this interview at a college for a job.
Awesome. High five. I got you to do
it. See how that wave is smaller. Fuck you, didn't peek it.
Whatever.
You know what my favorite part about Saints Row so far, other than the
they're making a funny 50s walking motion.
You remember Josh Burke from the third game?
Yes.
There's a part where you get to high five him. Because he's like, hey, let's go watch some Nightblade.
Oh, Jesus, this is so fucking
funny.
No,
it is a left trigger, right trigger. You get, as you're walking to your press conference before the aliens show up, you get 3 options. Mm-hmm. You get the option of, spoilers, sorry if you haven't gotten to this part yet, but they're all goddamn funny.
If you haven't, you're dumb.
I mean,
if you haven't, you need to get this game.
Or you can't afford the game.
If you haven't paid for this yet, but these are not spoilers, these are just funny things. So you get
at the beginning. Nobody cares about spoilers in the beginning.
Yeah.
And you might miss it.
First, there are 3 things that you get to do.
Now our 17 likes on Facebook are looking out for the beginning of this game.
We have like 32.
We have 32.
Oh,
maybe 31.
It was 17 in the past something or another.
Yeah, okay.
No, it was 17 reaches in the last post.
Okay.
Sure.
So you walk up.
You're probably right.
I'm an administrator now.
Yeah.
so you walk up. So you get 3 options. You get 3 things that you get presented with. You first bump into Keith David, who's your vice president.
Not me.
He's your vice fucking president.
That's awesome.
Keith David as Keith David.
So yes,
he's your running mate.
He also makes a comment in the game. Okay, so here's the 2 things real quick. He makes a comment in the game about him being in video games before, in audio logs. You know, the last time we saw Keith David in Saints Row in audio logs? The last time he voiced a fucking character in Saints fucking Row. Saints Row 2, remember? You had to collect all the audio logs, and if you got all 10, you got to go, talk to that guy again? Yeah, there are more audio logs with Keith David again. They brought that back around.
Sweet.
There's only apparently, 3 of them, but I found, 2 of them already.
Well, that's still awesome.
It's pretty fun.
And the other thing is, they definitely say Dead Island in the game because Volition is now owned by Deep Silver, and they can and Keith David says, "God damn it! I only got 12 hours into Dead Island before this happened. I was really hoping to go back to that." I was like, "Ugh."
I'm going to touch briefly on something, but then I kind of want to.
Well, and then I'm going to go back to what I was talking about.
I thought you were done.
No, I didn't even get to the 3. So the 3 things real quick. You run into Keith David. You get 2 options. You get to end world hunger or end cancer forever. These are your options.
Yeah, you have to pick.
There are 3 things that you get two choices each of them. So he holds up 2 bills. One of them says "fuck cancer." One of them says "let them eat cake." You go on to the next guy. He's this up his own ass Southern. We're gonna say politician so that we don't declare a side.
Sure.
Because he could be either side, really. Honestly.
Yeah, it does some really.
I play a British president.
It does say that he's going to use a filibuster, which if you follow politics recently, you could probably guess.
Let me tell you about the best word in politics: filibuster. And then you get 2 options, which is hit him high or hit him low.
Yeah.
So you get to punch a dickhead or punch a dick in the head. Right. They're great. Okay, and the last option is you run into Josh Burke from the last game. If you remember him, he was the guy that you were robbing a bank with at the beginning. He plays Nightblade. And he goes, "Yeah, me and Oleg are going to go back to Camp David and watch some Nightblade. You in?" And he has his hand up in the air. And you have hell yes or and I picked and I was like, and you totally hand behind the head, and it's not even a fake out. It's just I've got somewhere else to be. And as he's about to be out of frame, as you're walking past him, if you don't give him a high five, he fucking high fives himself.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Fucking Saints Row 4 is the greatest game ever made. God damn it. Okay, the funny parts of Saints Row 4 are the best parts of any.
The funny parts of Saints Row 4 make me overlook the amount of filler that's in it so far, mainly because RJ is playing all of the filler at once.
It's
instead of filling it out.
Let me put it this way.
Portions.
Let me tell you about how much filler I felt Saints Row the Third had.
So
because
already less than Saints Row 4
I
has.
feel like
because I have 100%ed Saints Row the Third.
Yeah.
This game already has more filler than Saints Row the Third.
Okay, I got a serious question, and this will probably almost make or break whether or not I genuinely play this game.
I have a
To play story missions, do I need reputation?
No. Okay, also, Saints Row the Third. Let's double back to that, because you asked me about that last time.
Yes,
You don't need reputation in Saints Row the Third
Then
to play
I will
story
play both
missions.
of these games.
Okay. There are things that are like...
Because
if
you see any of my Grand Theft Auto playthroughs, I do about 10 minutes of the filler, and then I just gun through all of the fucking story, because that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the writing.
So
the writing is so good.
I remember this. Saints Row the Third. There are levels in Saints Row the Third. Those only restrict what unlockables you get. Like at level 50, you're invulnerable to everything. You don't get ragdoll. You don't get knockbacks.
They quote unquote RPG progression for the third.
Yeah.
Which I noticed, but I still wasn't sure about the reputation.
Saints Row the Third.
1 and 2 infuriated me because of that, which you guys already know.
Yeah. You don't need that.
Especially because the first one was almost a cut and paste like GTA clone.
Yeah.
And they kind of added stuff like that to be like, hey, we're our own game, and they were terrible.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go and
haven't played it. Can't really have an opinion on it.
Use your words.
Like I've stated previously, in Grand Theft Auto and a lot of especially Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption was
Also
one of the few
played it.
games recently, and by recently I mean within the past 4 years.
Within this console generation.
Well, it's very rare for me to sit down and just dedicate weeks on end to playing a game.
I really loved that game.
Sure.
And Red Dead
I heard
Redemption,
it's real good.
Red Dead Redemption was phenomenal.
I also heard they're never going to put it out on PC, so...
But what made Red Dead Redemption so phenomenal is the filler was fun, but you didn't have to do it.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
And the writing was so good. Half the time you didn't want to do it. You were just like, oh, story mission, story mission, story mission,
sure.
story mission.
I can see
I
that.
spent a lot of time doing filler before I even realized it was filler. In that game.
It was well executed. Unlike some Grand Theft Auto games, which I'm kind of drawing comparisons from. Because Red Dead Redemption is just
Wild West.
It's a Wild West Grand Theft Auto.
So
you can steal horses, donkeys, shoot bitches, and do whatever you want.
So again, full doubling back from last week where I told you, that happens. Saints Row the Third. It is only RPG level progression. You can blaze through the story and do nothing else.
Right.
Saints Row 4, same thing. It seems like after 2 they learned their lesson.
Yeah. If the game engages me, the filler's not. I don't recognize the filler.
You won't even notice it.
Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4 for me will probably instantly become wonderful games. Because I don't have to do the filler in order to get through the fucking game.
Saints Row
1 and 2.
Saints Row 3 was the best game of 2011.
Saints Row 1 and 2 forced you, literally...
Fuck you, Skyrim.
Alright, okay, we're gonna draw some lines.
not fuck you, Skyrim. You were the second best game of 2011.
Different games.
I guess.
They're both real good.
They're both
real good.
You're gonna sit back and let me talk.
I'm gonna think about it.
But Saints Row 1 and 2 literally forced you to do the filler to beat the game.
Mm.
And
that's dumb.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
That's dumb and bad.
Because
I fully
they're like,
agree.
hey, you got to get a reputation point to unlock this next thing, and then you spend the reputation point to activate the story mission.
Yeah,
something similar to that.
Like
it's been years since I played that game.
I understand they're like, you need to be more thuggish to do more stuff, but
that's what the story missions are for.
Right.
In San Andreas, you were the quintessential fucking.
You're CJ.
Yeah, you were CJ. You were a fucking gangster. That's what you did in this LA quote-unquote
Sometimes
scene.
you're a fat gangster, sometimes you're a skinny gangster.
Sometimes
Depends
you're a
on
buff
how much
gangster
you
with
eat
an
or
afro.
how much you...
One of the few games where you can get a haircut and get more hair from it. But...
yeah, accurate.
But the story missions are what made you feel quote-unquote thug.
It was the weave.
You know? Because the story missions included going out and doing drive-bys, like fucking hitting rival gang territories and stuff like that. The side missions were just that. There were things to just kind of occupy your time when you didn't feel like doing things.
Right.
Like going and playing basketball with your brother and stuff like that. They weren't quintessential to the game.
Did you guys see the GTA Online thing?
Yes, I did.
We'll talk about
that.
I'm
Yeah,
really excited about that.
We'll talk about that in a bit. So you were, yeah,
like it. They weren't using the quote unquote filler to kind of flesh out the character or to make it seem like you were doing these things in support of the row and stuff like that. That's what the storyline was for. Like when you were representing Grove Street in San Andreas, because let's be honest, Saints Row 1, and Dustin can attest to this, you never played the game, did you? Saints Row 1 was almost a copy-paste of San Andreas.
It was... Yeah. Honestly, there have been times where I've referred to the two of them.
They changed the colors.
I've used them interchangeably.
Real quick, cut in on the row. I didn't get to import my character. The character in the game still has the only tattoo you need in the entire game.
The fleur-de-lis on the neck.
On the neck. That's the only one. It's the only one you need. Okay, continue.
But
also, I totally forgot about tattoos. Fuck. It's because RJ rushed me.
Nope. Now you got to replay.
Image by design.
Yeah, I know.
But, or Rusty Needles rather.
Yeah. But in
Rusty's Needles. Sorry.
In San Andreas, when you were doing the side stuff, it was literally just because, like, hey, I want to go play basketball, or hey, I want to do this, hey, I want to do that. And then when you went to the story missions, that's when they used the progression of your fledgling street gang, which was very similar to Saints Row 1, because the row was on a decline, and you were just like, oh, we got to represent for the fucking 3rd Street Saints and shit like that.
I remember that shit.
And
or
4th Street Saints or some shit.
No, it was 3rd Street Saints.
Yeah, 3rd Street Saints.
Who's CJ's gang?
Grove Street.
Grove Street.
Yeah.
Grove Street did not start out of a church, though.
True.
Which is fucking hilarious.
True. But they used the writing and the story and the progression in order to build up this reputation for the Grove. They did it
right.
They did it not necessarily cinematically, but they did it in a storytelling fashion. Versus in Saints Row 1, where they literally were just like, no, you have to literally do this by shoving these fucking these filler missions down your throat.
No, yeah,
just
you have to actually kill all these gangs on actual street corners a lot.
Is that what the filler missions were at that point?
That was one of them.
Yeah, like go ice these rival gang members. Hey, go ink up these spots.
Honestly,
I remember tagging spots.
Yeah, tagging spots in San Andreas was a collectible. It wasn't something you needed to do. It was a collectible.
But honestly,
I definitely remember tagging spots.
That's what
I feel like as I played it, it felt kind of necessary. Because back then I was just like, no, yeah, I've totally got to get all these other gang members off the street, and they're everywhere. Yeah. They're fucking everywhere.
In Saints Row's defense,
what's more everywhere? The things that I'm collecting, or the dudes that you were killing?
The dudes that that's a hard.
That's pretty hard.
Were there 1,200?
There is literally one of those things on almost
the 3rd
every
Street
rooftop.
starts on one street, and then you just spread. But in Saints Row 1's defense, around like quarter to mid game, it kind of got to the point where you just feel like it's not necessarily, oh, I got to do this to progress the story. It was like, hey, I need to do this, kind of like quote unquote rep my hood. You know, they did a pretty good job at making you involved in it, but at the same time, like sometimes, like especially when I played Red Dead, because Red Dead was very engaging. It was so well written.
I
want to sit down and grind through it.
You know, it's a good
fuck
game.
the fucking side quest. I want to grind through this.
You know, it was a good game.
What?
Red Dead Revolver. Did you ever play
Underrated
Red Dead Revolver?
And really good, yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Let's not get sidetracked too much, though.
Oh my god, that's a game I want to replay just for shits. Like
and giggles or just shits?
Like
you want the
there
shits,
weren't a whole lot of
giggles?
giggles, man. It was fucking
At
Wild
least
West
Redemption
Red
had
Dead.
giggles.
Like you are
got to
fucking
play
killing
cards.
people because you are a hard ass.
And you got to cheat at cards. I heard.
Yes.
And you get to fight people.
Yes.
Catch you cheating at cards.
I think, but it's games, especially somebody like me, because I'm very narrative driven. Narrative was the word I was trying to say.
Samesies.
Earlier when I was talking about how the progression of Grove Street Saints was very narrative driven.
You guys don't get to be narrative driven. I get to be narrative driven. You get to be semi-narrative driven.
Dude, you're the one that's literally
you're the
sat
OCD.
down.
You're the
OCD dude
completionist.
that is just like, hey, I'm gonna do all of the filler before I actually get to the narrative. You can't be the narrative.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm not narrative driven. Narrative is the most important part to me.
No,
but I want to be super awesome when I get to that narrative.
I think
this is the breakdown.
I will admit at this point I'm not a completionist. I finished the narrative and then
not the drop. The breakdown.
Oh shit.
The dun 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 dun. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a breakdown, not a drop.
Fuck.
But I will be the first one to sit down and be like, I'm not a completionist. I do not want all the achievements. I do not want all the collectibles. I don't want 100% the game. I want a well-written narrative that I can beat and then be satisfied.
See, okay, and this is I think the honest breakdown is Keith is full narrative.
He just
RJ is completionist.
You. How about Keith says his bit, you say your bit, and then I'll say my bit.
Well, I'm just summarizing because you just said that.
I am narrative.
And what I like to do is I like to go through the narrative and get almost to the end,
and
then double back and get all of the shit.
And I'm the guy who immediately doubles back and then plays the story.
Right.
If you're gonna let me progress my character, I'm gonna progress my character.
Right.
See, I only progress, and this is one of my biggest things.
Played too many MMOs in my childhood.
See, I played too many RPGs, and by RPGs I mean like Final Fantasy RPGs,
where you can't go back.
Where you get to a point where you're just like, oh my god, I gotta grind because I'm definitely under level for this boss. So you go back to a previous save game.
Okay. So here's the breakdown. Here's the litmus test for this. The original Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys just say, I'm going to play this game? Or did you make a level 1 character and save all of your level ups until you became a Jedi?
I had one save game the entire game.
So you just went with it.
I just went with it. Yeah. That's how I was used to playing RPGs.
The way that I always play games is I save once, and then I go through the game and figure out what are big forks in the story, pivotal moments, and then I make another separate save if I can.
Sure.
And then I branch out and I'll go back and play those different segments.
So I was the guy who realized that if you want to be the best a rat hound and no one's ever going to
keep you down,
you play a fucking scoundrel and then you play a counselor Jedi, but you don't level up until you become a Jedi, and then you just fucking kill people with Force lightning, and that's how I play games. So if you want that's because I think that's the purest breakdown of when you're presented with this situation where you realize the only way to fully cap out on this end is to hinder yourself.
I have 2 examples.
I'll do that.
I have 2 examples.
I'm crazy.
I have 2 examples to prove that I'm completely narrative driven.
Sure, go for it.
A, because I only use one save file, even my Skyrim.
And B, because you played The Walking Dead.
Because he's crazy.
Okay, 3, I did play 1.
Okay, that's not a real example.
But okay, I have kind of 3, but 1, I use one save file, unless I find an interesting point for which I want to re-experience. Not necessarily replay, but re-experience.
Oh, yeah, like, oh my god, I've got to see this again.
So then, yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I got to see this again.
Right.
And then I start a new...
That's the second time I try to get Dustin to do that, and
I start a tree. I never save over... I never continue the progress of the first one. I just continue the progress of the second one. So it's still the same linearity. Which, an example of that is in Final Fantasy X, when the first time Riku, who is this... Al-Bhed fucking hot-ass chick.
Riku.
When she first...
Suave.
When she first takes off all of her Al-Bhed armor, she does a very nice pre-rendered cutscene of her wiggling out of her armor and completely shaking her ass in the camera. I have a save before that so I could rewatch.
You're the one who are getting mad about Skyrim people. You don't...
See. No. Well, that dude... Final Fantasy X came out I was in middle school.
Fair. I guess that's fair. That's okay.
That's very fair.
I learned
but I still do that. I still do that today. Like there was one save, not necessarily for sexual themes, but there was one save. There was one point in one of the Knights of the Old Republic where you can force persuade a dude to jump into an endless chasm. You're just like, hey, your life sucks. You should just jump in that hole and kill yourself. And he goes and does it. So
as a person who played both of those recently, I don't remember that, but it's probably the second one.
It definitely happened. I know that for a fact.
Okay,
I remember it very vividly. But I just do things like that. And then the third reason that I can kind of defend my narrative is because I don't recognize the fact that I am limited or under-leveled, quote-unquote, for a thing until it's already too late.
Yeah.
And then I literally have to double back to one of my previous saves because I save all my saves in a complete linearity.
Right.
I'll make one to kind of checkpoint myself.
Sure.
One that segues to checkpoint myself just in case that happens.
Just in case you get bullshit Halo autosave somewhere where you're tumbling off a cliff over and over.
Right, but beyond that,
just my favorite thing that's ever happened to me.
In Skyrim,
I was going to make
the only time I can double back, the only time I doubled back to any save points in Skyrim was because I died either a bullshit way and they happened to autosave, or if I needed to, and it was always an autosave.
I mean, I think Skyrim is the epitome of like not needing to double back.
There have been very few games.
Talk about filler that's ridiculously fun, and you don't notice it's filler.
Yeah. But
Especially,
it's not filler.
It's all content. Skyrim was really good about being all content.
Skyrim is the epitome of every side quest is worth your time,
and it's all.
That is what Bethesda does well. Is all of these things that you're doing,
unless it's New Vegas.
Bethesda didn't make that game.
Obsidian Entertainment did, and Bethesda gave them permission.
They published it.
Yeah,
they didn't make
Bethesda
it.
gave them permission.
They didn't make it.
I know.
Okay.
I'm arguing semantics.
You're arguing stupidity.
I'm arguing
the thing about the Skyrim and really any of the Elder Scrolls back to at least
Daggerfall.
I was gonna say at least to Morrowind.
I'm gonna make a real quick face and say the Oblivion portals in Oblivion.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I
never did them though.
I was gonna say they are really good about making content that is in the game that you wouldn't even notice unless you're somebody like me who goes around like going into the deep parts of the world and finding like a skeleton, and the skeleton has a book on it, and the book just says like, "Man, I'm going swimming today."
To affirm,
it's the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
To affirm that, a couple of like my pinnacle points in Skyrim where I was just like, "Holy shit, this game is like ridiculously badass," was when either Dustin,
still not as good as Saints Row the Third,
or another one of my friends was just like,
Different
"Hey,
games.
you're playing Skyrim, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing the fuck out of Skyrim." And they're just like, "Hey, you should go do this thing," and it's like, "Oh, I haven't heard about that," and then I go do it. Because Skyrim was so ridiculously expansive that unless you've either heard about it or just stumbled upon it, there's no way to do it all. And unfortunately, I tried to do it all with one character, and I did pretty well at it. I beat the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood with a heavy armor, hammer swailing fucking orc.
You know they have a legendary mode now, right?
Do they?
Yeah, there was a mod that came out that lets you reset your skill points down to 15, so you can infinitely level.
But I'm level 89. Why would I want to do that?
Because you can infinitely level.
It allows you
cool.
to
continue leveling.
Prestige.
Yeah. You prestige your skill, which allows you to further advance your overall level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
So
ridiculous.
I lose all my guns, but I get shiny things to show my friends.
Oh, you get more. So you probably get more. You get to get more hit points.
You get more strength, magic, and stamina.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. My Skyrim.
Health, magic, and
the
stamina.
copy of Skyrim I have, and I know what Legendary Edition you're talking about now because it's on Steam.
Oh, it was like I think this was. I think this was a free. No, I think this was a free patch.
Oh,
this was a patch.
Well, here's the thing. The copy of Skyrim I have is for 360.
And so he's bowed to do it.
I'm pretty sure it's still in there.
Guess who doesn't have a 360?
Right.
No, I know. I honestly haven't gotten on my Xbox in months.
Okay, so before we keep talking about Skyrim for forever, and before we keep talking about Saints Row 4 for forever, I think we're done with Saints Row 4 at this point.
Yeah, we're pretty much
sure.
America Gun, Dubstep Gun, those things are entertaining.
Fireworks!
I'm excited to keep seeing what goes on in the storyline when I get back to it. Dustin will will
probably get to the storyline before RJ does.
And that's the big that's the one that honestly you want to know the number one reason?
I'm like halfway through the story that RJ's played so far. I played 15 minutes.
No, it's been more than that.
You played an hour, he's played 6.
I honestly didn't play that much.
5 and 12 minutes.
Oh,
number one reason I don't want you playing that is just because I don't want
to see it.
I don't want to. I can't watch other people play the game and then play it behind him. I'm like the opposite of Keith.
Yeah.
Right. Me
and Keith really love to watch other people play games.
I can't watch other people do it. If I'm like I want to play this game, I can't double behind someone because I just feel like I'm fucking wasting my time.
Which is why Keith is always my goose.
Did it again.
You guys are fuckers. You wanted to, what did we want to talk about?
That's why...
Hey, you wanted to say something about Blizzard at some point. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, I do.
Let's get that out of the way, and then we'll talk about GTA Online, because I'm interested.
We gotta at least touch on that. But, Blizzard, give me access to the Hearthstone closed beta before I lose my fucking mind. God, I want to play that game.
Why's that?
Because I really, really like the WoW trading card game.
Okay, what is it?
It's
the WoW trading card game?
I've heard things about.
It's a free-to-play online basically a kind of quote-unquote simplified version of the WoW trading card game.
So
the only reason why
can I send these UPCs on my shelf to them and get a beta key?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, try.
I've spent over... Oh, God, I can't... There used to be a game store that we would go into on occasion when I was living still out in Cary. And we would go in there, and it would just be like... I can't stay in here for too long because I'll just buy WoW cards. I'll just buy booster packs. I just need to... And it was like fucking like...
Oh, you talking about the fucking UPE points that come in the boosters?
No, I just want to cut out the like ISBN codes and send them to them and be like, you fucking give me a
You owe me.
You give me a beta key. You do it right now.
Because basically this game, it's a simplified version of the trading card game. And the only reason I say simplified is because you don't have to like...
Well, the trading card game got retarded. I stopped playing it before the expansion after Dark Portal came out.
But you don't have to, which is the only expansion I play. But it's up to Dark Portal.
Let's not talk about CCGs and their fucking...
expansion bullshit.
So anyway, Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Magic the Gathering.
Another topic for another
Fuck you, Pokemon card game.
Just kidding. I'm not saying that about Magic the Gathering. We have people who are we have friends who are sponsored by Magic the Gathering. I don't think we can say that.
Fuck you, Pokemon trading card game.
Yeah,
none of my old cards
you.
work anymore because your system is broken.
Dude, all the systems are broken. I mean, I could still say fuck you, Magic the Gathering about that.
Can I finish?
No. Yes.
Okay. Because you don't get to choose your hero, and so it's not like you get like hero specific abilities. It's character class specific abilities. Like if you build a mage deck, you get this ability. If you get a shaman deck, you get this ability. Stuff like that. And another thing is you don't have to get.
I was almost about to ask you a Magic the Gathering question, and then I remembered what we were talking.
We're not talking about.
I was like, oh, all of them start with 20 hit points. Do they start with different hit points if you play with different classes? And I was like, oh, wrong game.
Yeah, no.
So moving on.
You all start with a set amount of health, same health. But I got it. Okay. The mana system used to actually like play spells and stuff like that. It's not like because WoW trading card game was resource based. Like you collect resources and stuff like that, and then quote unquote like you get the quests or whatever they're called. I can't remember.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In this game, they literally like every turn you get granted one more mana to use. Like you start with 1, the next turn you play you get 2, next turn you play you get 3, next turn you play you get 4, so on and so forth. So just the longer the game goes, the more mana you get, but it caps at 10. So there's still strategy because like one of the cards you get to play is the Molten Giant, which is 20 mana, which you can't play. Like feasibly, you just can't do it. But its effect is for every life you've lost, it costs 1 less mana.
Gotcha.
So you have 30 life. So theoretically, if you get down to 10 life, it's free, and it's an 8/8.
Right.
It's a 8 strength, 8 health.
Right. I mean, I don't.
Which those mechanics are still the same.
Is Brother Roan still in the game?
Not that I've seen.
So my broke strategy is out of there.
Yeah.
Where you just have Brother Roan block for other people, and then he doesn't take damage, and then you're like, fuck you very much.
But one thing I have noticed about Hearthstone is the only creatures I can block is taunt creatures. But if you don't have a taunt creature, you can't block at all. They can just throw right into your health.
Weird.
Which makes it really emphasizes the fact that you need taunt minions. You need them. Or you
need a tank for your rid.
Right. Or you'll just get fucking brownie pounded all night. But like it's simplified.
That's the cutest way I've ever heard that stated, and I don't ever want to hear it again.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's my new one.
I've been using.
Nah, you don't get. I'm
years.
taking a star off the wall that you didn't earn. I'm putting negatives.
You're negative stars.
I'm drawing.
Here's the thing.
I'm taking my Sharpie out and I'm drawing a black star on the opposite side of the line.
I'm gonna sum this up real quick.
I will have the most black stars.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna sum this up real quick. But Hearthstone is literally
most Def and Talib Kweli. Is that what's going on?
What?
Black Star.
Oh, right. Hearthstone is a simplified version of a game I already enjoyed, and because it's simplified, it's easily approachable, and because it's free to play, of course, people are gonna be like, "Is it pay to win?" Well, here's the thing:
Yes.
Collective trading card games are pay to win. You put more money
totally.
in them,
Totally.
you get more cards,
Yeah.
and you have the better chance of getting cards. That's the way they work.
Literally how it works.
So, if you want me to say, hey, this game is pay to win, yes. But that's how they are supposed to be.
It is. In improv, we learn to say yes and at the very worst, you say no but. This is a yes but.
And.
No,
Or
this
yes,
is a yes
but.
but. Come on. Yes, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
It's probably one of the few mediums that is meant to be pay to win.
Yeah. Because the only real money exchanges is to buy booster packs.
Well, I mean, the other one is prostitutes.
But
Clearly.
you use your real world money to buy booster packs. But the interesting mechanic about this game that makes me really excited and really want to play
do you get sick rares for mounts in the game in WoW?
No, shut up.
Oh,
so there's nothing interesting.
No, you can disenchant your cards. So say...
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
But it makes sense.
So you had my attention, but now you had my curiosity, but now... Alright,
okay. So, it's a 30 card deck limit. 2 cards per deck. Like I said, it's simplified.
Yeah, yep.
2 cards of each per deck.
So for people who haven't played the CCG, most CCGs are 60 cards, 4 per deck.
Yeah,
right.
Or
unless they are your resource cards, obviously.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh, which is 40 to 60, 3 cards per deck. But
also, I don't want to say obviously because there are plenty of people who haven't played CCGs, and I don't want to say obviously because that's a dick move.
And you really should, because they're awesome. But
who are those people are CCGs?
Competitive
CCGs.
card games.
Collectible card games.
Collectible card games.
Idiot. Acting like you know what you're talking about.
I've always had
spike in the fucking.
I played trading card games.
Well, they're almost one and the same.
My Mark McGuire beats your Daryl Strawberry. Those are the only trading
disenchanting cards in Hearthstone.
Continue.
So, say you get like mage-specific cards, but you already have like your mage deck built.
Sure.
If you get like 4 of one card, but you can only use 2 in your deck. So those 2 cards you can disenchant for magic salt or something like that. But you literally collect this quote unquote like this kind of like a resource.
Right. When you've got crafting mats.
Yeah, but so when you go into your library, you can actually spend these resource points to just create that card.
Interesting.
So if you're getting a bunch of stuff you don't want and there's something you need, you just tank all that shit you don't want and then build the thing you need.
So is it a 1-to-1 or is it a multiple to 1 system?
It depends on the rarity of the card because it's using the WoW's colored rarity system.
Well, okay. What I mean is, if you disenchant, do you have to disenchant multiple cards, or can you disenchant 1 card and get something? Or
I think common to common, it's pretty comparable, but when you most of the time you're going to be disenchanting commons, obviously, because you're going to get more of them.
Okay, I guess the reverse question is, if you enchant something of a higher rarity, do you get like a higher rarity crafting material?
Yeah, no, it's not higher rarity, but you get more of that.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
The highest card I see for you to craft that I saw of people playing it and stuff is like 120 of the resource, and for a common you get like 8. Okay. But for a rare or like a mythic, you get like 40 or 50. You know, so obviously you're not.
Pretty sure they call it legendary, not mythic, because I'm pretty sure Mythic Games would sue them.
Yes.
Mythic Games, you should sue Dota because. Never mind.
But
yo, that fucking Lena head costs $35. You have to be crazy.
The transfer rate's not direct. Obviously,
sorry,
because they'd much rather you just use the card.
Sure, yeah.
But
well, obviously.
But they're like 2 commons get you a common kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, like 2 commons you don't want get you a common you want.
Right. You're not throwing out trash. You are recycling.
Right. And I find that very interesting because it's something I haven't seen in digital CCGs before.
So, can you? Okay. So I guess my other question is, can you have 2 cards that act identically? One is rare, one is common.
The rare will cost or will give you more.
Okay. Can you craft higher quality cards?
Yes.
Okay.
The resource is universal.
Okay.
You can tank like 15 commons to craft like the single god card.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, also it sounds smart for them not to just, be like, no, fuck you.
No, you pay us money. No, they give you a reason, like, say, because the way I see it is they're kind of letting you go, hey, you spent a lot of money and you didn't get a lot of what you wanted, so here's a way for us to kind of be like, hey, we get that. Because there's been plenty of times when I'm buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Sure.
And the only time where I can be like, I didn't want this, is to trade a friend.
Uh-huh.
But nowadays, I still actively play Yu-Gi-Oh on occasion. But nowadays, a lot of people my age don't play Yu-Gi-Oh.
So this will be Keith's last podcast.
It's not like I can go out and trade the cards I don't want, I really feel like Blizzard is just like, because like I was saying earlier, especially a guy my age, you can't just go out and trade Yu-Gi-Oh cards with your friends because not a lot of people play anymore. So it's literally like, hey...
Because they're smarter than that.
Right. Hey, you just spent $2 on this booster pack. You got nothing you wanted.
Wait a second, you get a booster pack for $2?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, there's only 5 cards, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But
Dude,
but the more you
Never
buy...
mind, that's a fucking ripoff.
But if you buy 2 of them, they're $1.50 each. Like, you can buy them in bulk.
What are these fucking, drug dealer street prices you're buying fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards
No, I'm
at?
talking about Hearthstone.
Alright, continue.
I'm saying, hey, Blizzard's just like, hey, you spent $2 for these 5 cards. You don't need any of them.
Uh-huh.
Disenchant them and get something you need.
Or don't spend money on cards?
Well, I mean, it's...
can you earn cards without spending money on cards?
Yes. Every time your avatar levels, you get free cards for that avatar. Okay, not avatar. I take that back. The class you play.
Okay.
The classes get levels.
Can you play multiple classes?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to play you have to play computer played arenas against that class to unlock it.
Okay. Can you use your cards from one class to another class?
Like WoW, not if they're class specific. Like the WoW trading card game.
Okay, so yeah, you can't
like
equip
if it's
a
mage
sword
spell,
on a mage.
Yeah, and if it's a mage spell, a shaman can't use it.
But
there are
universals. Okay,
there are universals. Yeah.
What is the general leveling?
I saw people play 1 or 2 games and get 1 or 2 levels from it.
Okay.
Depending on whether or not they won or lost.
I assume it slows down.
Eventually, I guess. For that class, if that class levels, they get class specific cards. And
okay.
Yeah, but the disenchanting is universal.
Right. So
you get a whole bunch of mage cards you don't want, you can disenchant them and then pay for a shaman card you want.
Right. If you get 19 fireballs, you can say, "Fuck that! I want 2 totems instead."
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. And once it's launched, I'm gonna play the fuck out of it. But now I'm just like, get me in the beta.
If you get 3 magic missiles, you can do 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage.
No, you can do 1 damage, and then disenchant the last one because you're only allowed to have 2 of those in your deck.
Ah, valid point.
And what's great is the mage actually
which you would replace with a lightning bolt.
God damn.
The mage has a spell called Arcane Missile, which shoots just 3 random 1 damage missiles at random targets. It's just like Arcane Missile, and it's just like I don't care who it fucking hits. But if you pop it first turn, because like I said, it only takes 1 mana to do 3 damage. If you pop it first turn, it's all 3 damage goes directly to the enemy's hero because he has no minions to tank the damage.
It's a dick move.
Yeah. So mages are broken right now.
Oh, I believe it.
Mages are broken, just like in the actual game.
I feel like. Oh yeah, my other question was, what happens if you burn all the way through your deck?
I haven't seen that part. Actually.
You haven't.
I would assume you lose.
Okay.
But I haven't seen a game progress that far. It's pretty good about... There's not really mills. Most of the time when you are drawing cards or being forced to draw your cards, it's under your own fruition.
Okay.
There are deck draw cards, especially for, I think it's the...
probably rogues.
I haven't seen the rogue played. It was not the shaman, because shaman summons the totems.
Uh-huh.
It was... I can't think of it. Fucking,
Sorry, I'm trying to bust out all my CCG knowledge here.
I'm
where
trying
it's
to bust
hey,
out
what,
my WoW knowledge.
What,
Hunters,
what,
paladins.
What happens if you burn through all your cards? Do you just lose?
Well, there was one...
Is there a blue deck? Is basically what I'm asking.
The mage deck is obviously your red deck.
Yeah,
it's
your red burn
magic.
Deck. Yeah.
But
we're not going to compare to magic.
Yeah. There's one hero where its skill, its tap skill for the hero is pay 2 mana, you lose a life, draw a card.
Huh.
It's called life tap.
I bet you it's the warlock.
It's the warlock. It's the warlock.
Yeah, because life tap is a warlock skill.
Yeah.
I bet you could describe things, and I could tell you what all those cards go to.
You can mill yourself down, but I haven't seen anything that goes, hey, draw a card, you know? I've mostly seen, hey, I'm going to draw a card because this thing tells me to.
Is the art super generic, or are they...
The art is super wow fertility. Like, it's a pretty game.
Do they have in-house artists doing it, or is Mike Krahulik still doing art for it?
I think he's doing art for it.
Okay. And
the team is literally like a section of the WoW development staff started this as a side project of something they were genuinely interested in, and then Blizzard.
Oh, so they
it was a pet project.
They went to Titanfall, and then came back and said, no, we want to do this instead.
Blizzard was just like, hey, this is a good idea, and went, meh.
Stress it out.
Yeah, but I'm super excited for that. I want them to let me in the beta. If not, I'm still going to play it because it's free to play, and fuck it, I'll probably spend money on it because I'm retarded.
I still want to get into the ESO beta, but the Elder Scrolls Online.
Right.
I still want to get into the Elder Scrolls Online.
Did you ever see that actually
beta,
played?
But, no, I still haven't seen it played because I have yet to not be working.
I got you.
But
man, fuck work.
Yeah,
let's all just get paid for playing video games, right?
But I will be bugging that friend and being like, hey, I need to play this game. I really need to play this game.
Right.
Probably this weekend when I will have some extra time on my hands.
Got you. Unless you're over here doing something dumb.
Unless I'm over here playing Saints Row 4 mindlessly, which, considering the fact that I'm off on a Saturday. And that never fucking happens.
Also, I might be working on a Saturday.
I might be here at 10 o'clock before you leave.
I might just give you my key.
Or that.
And then be like, hey, don't let me
I can make keys.
Hey, don't be a dick. Yeah, I really don't want you to just have free reign to walk into my
I wouldn't just do it. I wouldn't just walk in. I would be like,
no, but
hey,
you know, that actually would have been really nice today, given the circumstances.
We were gone for 2 minutes.
I was sitting on his stoop for a good 5.
That's because your phone is bad at getting
texts.
It's because you're bad at getting texts.
You know what? I didn't appreciate it.
I meant to send you more texts afterwards, but then my phone freaked out.
I got here 30 minutes before he got off work, so I went over to Ale House, got a beer and some Carolina barbecue fries, and man, that was the best decision ever.
Fuck you.
So, Justin, I hear you have something to talk about.
Infinite Crisis, Jesus Christ.
See, he brought this up to me, and I immediately went... He asked me if I had heard about this, I was like, Crisis on Infinite Earths? Yeah, I've heard about that. And then he was like...
Yeah, it's a DC MOBA.
And I was like,
that's exactly what it is. It's
not the thing you were thinking of.
Oh, I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earths was the big... was the big push they had at one point. It was the reset for their universe. Well, it wasn't. Flashpoint was the reset for their universe.
Right. I was going to say, Flashpoint's when they rebooted, like, everything.
Crisis on Infinite Earths was one of their major summer
And
runs.
honestly, it's what they've been using lately a lot, because that was what Injustice was based on.
Was it?
It was a very similar premise to that. Yeah, no, it was. I have it.
Okay, so I would say similar and the same, or
similar, not the same. Okay. Similar. I'm saying that they use that style.
You know what? DC rebooted their overall universe. I would not be surprised if their overall universe still has other universes.
You know what makes me really happy about DC rebooting their entire universe?
The fact that Batman and Superman are pissed at each other.
That and that
Superman wears jeans.
Shut up. They're working. They're working to make Batman Beyond canon.
Yeah, I know.
You know how excited that makes me,
dude. Incredibly excited. I'm incredibly excited.
Like the movie.
No, Batman Beyond the show.
Oh, they're trying to make that.
Sorry.
Considering the fact that Harley Quinn is the only comic book character in the history of comic book characters to come from a TV show.
Let's not say the only ever. I don't know if that's.
It is fact up until this point right now that she is.
I have to agree only because I don't know any better.
I kind of want to put money on that. She is
the first and only, to my knowledge, and I've been keeping up with this.
And
I've been keeping up with this. And I've been keeping up with this.
Let's say the first DC character.
Let's say shut up. I'm pretty sure. All right. I've kept up with this.
Like I said, I'm gonna trust his judgment because I don't know.
Harley Quinn has been the only character that I have ever seen to go from a TV show based on a comic book to be actual canon.
Right.
And not only is she now actual canon, but she is more liked than many of
Than the Joker.
Than many of Batman's already.
Poll? How long do you guys think it's going to be until
I don't
want to
see your quick poll
somewhere?
I would be really surprised if you didn't have a Punisher skull on you already, and you were just waiting to be like, "Ha! Already got it. Suck it."
How drunk are you?
I really wish I waited now because I don't.
How drunk are you willing to be? Also, how big is the skull?
I don't care. I'll put it wherever.
Also, how big is the skull?
What the skull? What are you talking about?
The one you would get.
I'd probably be equal and comparable size to that skull I already have.
Dude, I give it like 2.5 months tops.
All right, he goes 2.5 months. What do you got?
Oh, okay, no, I'm gonna take 3 to 6. Actually,
He's gonna take 3 to 6.
Okay, I feel like the biggest problem you have is real estate when it comes to something that you would want to make that big.
I really have a lot of tattoos.
You have the shoulder you have the heavy back tattoo right here.
Right.
That is your big
God,
back
I really need to
tattoo,
cut
and
all
this
of
would
this
have
out.
been perfect.
Did you really have to bring this up right in the middle of Dustin trying to say something that none of us are gonna remember what he's saying because I'm cutting all this out?
Hey guys, Infinite Crisis. I'm really hoping it's gonna be good. I'm working on getting into the beta right now. It's gonna be free to play, from what I understand. It's gonna be a MOBA, from what I understand.
So it's gonna be League of Legends
for
with
all intents and
superheroes.
purposes. For all intents and purposes, from what I understand, it is going to be League of Legends. What was
No, stop.
Dota 2?
Not-
What was the other one?
I knew he was going there.
What? No, what was the other one? What was the other one?
Stop
it. Demigod?
Something of Heroes?
Yeah, no, Demigod.
Demigod
Not
was
Demigod.
fun.
No,
What was
you're
the other one?
I showed you
Heroes-
Demigod.
Hero-
You liked it.
Demigod was good.
Heroes of New Earth is
Hero-
the one that
Heroes
you're
of
trying
New
to
Earth,
think
that's
of.
the other
And is the noise that I'm going to make again
but
as soon as you said...
What I'm
What's wrong
going
with
to
Demigod?
what I'm
No,
going to
it was League of Legends and
Oh,
Dota
right.
2.
No, I mean
Play as Rook.
I mean,
Win the
I
game.
mean Dota 2.
Play as Ashe, throw full lane arrows.
Yeah, I mean so
Kill people.
Play as Zeus
That-
and Hero
Yeah,
Kill.
I mean, if
That's literally the most fun that I had in League of Legends was going, there's a fight going on over there.
Well, yeah.
And then guessing correctly and just nailing a dude.
It's different mechanics, but it's the same
because
game.
because guess what? You nail and for me it was like lane it was not
I still
like
don't
down a
understand
lane.
why you,
It was not down a lane, it was like side
Are
lane
we
to
gonna
side lane.
get MOBA argument again?
No,
I,
we're
no,
not.
I mean that's what I'm saying. I still don't understand why you meant it. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying MOBAs.
No, I
That's
didn't.
MOBAs.
I didn't. Man, I went.
No,
Those
I
are
know,
different.
and that's
He
what I'm saying.
cringed.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't
They're-
think he
they're
was trying to
MOBAs.
compare them. I think
I'm-
he was
I'm
just
saying-
saying, hey, these are MOBAs.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
Welcome
literally
to the
literally
MOBAs.
in
Like
the beta
Demigod.
application when it asked me for what MOBAs have you played.
Okay.
It gave you the options of League of Legends, Dota 2, and Heroes of New Earth.
Did it not
which
give
I've
you-
played all
Not
did
three.
it-
Demigod?
Not Demigod.
That's
Did it-
bullshit.
did it not give
I
you-
think it gave me an other, but I
Did it
never
not
clicked
give
it.
you the
Should've
Lord of
clicked
the
it. Someone
Rings?
play it. That's close enough.
Well, I didn't
MOBA?
play it.
Was
What?
there one of those?
Yeah, there's one of those.
I haven't seen it,
Ew.
but I would play it.
That thing's a lot closer to League. I don't know what it's closer to. It's got weird jungle stuff.
You know why I really like Demigod, and this is gonna be quick.
Sure.
Because it's not like other MOBAs. There are quote unquote lanes, but their lanes are not defined.
Right.
It's literally like, hey, there are creeps attacking these towers and fucking towers and control points.
I just
They
want
will
to play
do
as a
it at
dude who's a
will.
castle.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, no,
I love Rook.
Yeah,
When
Rook-
he watched me play it, I was playing.
he
as
played
Rook.
as Rook, and it was really cool.
Dude,
and
I
I thought that
Because I was like, hey, Dustin, watch this. Big hammer!
being able to upgrade the tower on your shoulder was pretty fucking badass.
What do you get to put on the shoulders?
On one shoulder, you have a tower of archers, and on the other one, you have a trebuchet. And then,
Fuck yeah, you do.
And then on your back, you have a fucking light tower.
On
That shoots like beams of light.
on
at
one
people.
shoulder,
And if you're closer
you
to-
have a tower of archers.
Uh-huh.
There are archers
Yeah.
on your shoulder.
Well,
Tiny
you're-
little archers.
No,
and they're just like,
let's not say tiny. They are regular-sized archers. You are a demigod, hence the
well,
name.
exactly.
I love
But
that
I mean,
game.
in the game,
I loved that game.
All right, so
That was honestly, I played Dota a little bit, like the
I like Dota.
the mod Dota,
The original
for-
Dota.
Oh yeah,
OG
I played it-
Dota.
yeah.
Yeah, OG
Dota 6 point something.
Vanilla.
I think it's actually like 6.35 something at this
I
point.
played it-
Because guess what? When the patch notes get updated, Dota patch notes and Dota 2 patch notes get updated at the same time.
Oh
Yep.
wow, they're still patching Dota.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
behind.
Also, Dota will get updated. So here's the crazy thing: they will get updated at the same time. For the most part, the patch notes have been the same, but there was a original Dota tournament, one of the last major ones they're calling it, that was hosted like a couple months ago. And there were characters in that version of the game that were currently banned out of Dota 2 because they were considered too powerful.
Wow.
And that was the craziest shit I saw out of that.
Wow. I didn't know that Dota was still being... Anyways.
Yeah, original Dota's still getting cast. Ice Frog is apparently doing dirt or something. I don't know.
I played Dota, the original Dota, for a little bit, but the next major MOBA I played consistently was Demigod. And Dustin came over briefly to hang out for a little bit.
Because I was playing League of Legends at the time, so I was like,
so
Demigod,
he was
that
already
sounds
pumped up
interesting.
into Dota, or in League of Legends, and I was already telling him about Demigod, because it was like a week after I built my rig.
Because it was a horrible failure.
So...
Sorry.
Which, unfortunately, it was, though,
It was a horrible failure. I have no ability to comment on it.
Yeah.
It could have been great. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. People probably weren't ready to play. People were not probably ready to pay money for a MOBA.
I think that
they're probably still not ready to pay money for a MOBA.
There was no campaign.
I think that was pretty much the entire reason it didn't do well.
Because the only reason I got it is
because it could be
that was back when
know.
they did Best Buy points.
Yeah,
where you could just trade them in for new games.
Uh-huh.
My uncle, I was in Baltimore visiting my uncle, and he was like, "I have all these Best Buy points. I've been playing this game Demigod." My uncle's a computer programmer. He's loaded. He gets what he wants.
This is that uncle.
That uncle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk anymore about that uncle.
Yeah, because we'll be talking for days.
Also, we can't disclose what
we can't legally disclose what he does. But he was like,
Keith says names too much.
I have all these Best Buy points. I've been playing this game Demigod.
I'm gonna drink that last one.
So, sure.
Yeah.
I've been playing Demigod here. Here's my Best Buy points. Go get it. We'll play together. So I did. So I got it for free, and I still have that original copy from 2009, and totally a ridge, dog. But I got it.
Yo, you still got the box for that shit?
Yeah, I do, dog.
Okay.
It's still in the box. I've been just playing with it.
I've just been
This is my huge Demigod.
Especially because...
Oh my god! Alright, new idea for a MOBA.
Playing as the box art.
No. Just there are 3 lanes. And just every character is connected to a hand and arm that is disappearing out of the lane. And the key to master is that you only get 5 or 10 frames per second, and they vary randomly.
There is a deny mechanism.
And you have to be a gangster.
There is a deny mechanism, but you have to shoot the hand.
No, there's a deny mechanism, but you have to contact your friend's parents and say you shouldn't buy this game for them. Say no. You have to contact the ESRB and get a rating higher than the age of the player that you're playing against.
That is the deny.
Fuck.
That's so meta.
Why am I not making video games right now?
Because you're too meta for video games.
Too pro for video games, apparently.
But I got this game for free, and so I played it a lot, and I didn't realize it was a MOBA until I played League of Legends, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is the same thing." Now, granted,
well, you know what
the
thing is?
But
before League of Legends, MOBA wasn't a term,
right?
It was literally
It was just Dota.
It was just Dota. It was literally defensive.
It was just Dota.
It was Defense of the Ancients and nothing else. And then they turned that corner and they're like, I guess multiplayer online battle arena. I guess we need an acronym for this.
In defense of that, Stargate or whatever the developer.
No.
It was I can't remember the developer, but the DRM that pushed Demigod initially was Stardock. Stardock was the DRM for it, which was basically a very early and shitty Steam. They called it
I thought Steam and Punkbuster were a very early and shitty Steam.
True, but they called it a. It was just like a real-time strategy, or they called it a strategy action game and stuff like that. And MOBA wasn't really
competitive strategy
or
something.
Yeah. MOBA wasn't really this thing. But I didn't realize it was a quote-unquote MOBA until I played League, and I was like, this is kind of the same thing except without lanes.
Not gonna lie, competitive strategy game sounds much more sounds much better than
multiplayer online
battle arena.
When you say competitive strategy game, I think of like Civ or like StarCraft.
I don't feel like Civ is. I mean, yeah, StarCraft I could see you consider, but doesn't StarCraft what's the
RTS?
Yeah, see, but that's RTS.
You know what made me really excited?
I could even
though?
say that's competitive.
This is kind of a tangent, but you know what made me really excited though?
What?
This website, GOG Gaming.
Okay.
Or GOG Games or something like that. You can buy you can buy either retro or newly released titles.
Okay.
But they have Empire Earth.
Are you talking about Go Games?
Huh?
Go Games?
Yeah, Go Games.
Yeah, it's just GOG.
Yeah, GOG. GOG.com?
I think so.
Like yeah.
It's good old games. You can look them up.
Yeah, they have Empire Earth. I've been looking for a copy of this game.
You mean Empire Earth?
Sure.
No, you don't.
Saints Row 4 reference.
Fucking things that I wish were in Saints Row 4 reference. Fucking
Empire
Independence Day reference.
Earth.
But welcome to Earth.
He doesn't. Funny story. He doesn't say "Welcome to Earth." He says "Welcome to Earth." He pronounces it correctly.
That's fucking memes. They ruin everything.
Fucking Will Smith. You need to go re-record that Bruce Willis style and say "Welcome to Earth" instead.
But I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, Empire Earth. One of my all-time favorite real-time strategies because you never really see a progression in real time. You if you play fucking what's the game I'm thinking of Age of Empires. There's a very set time frame. In Empire Earth, you literally start in caveman era.
Sure. And
you end with spaceships dropping nukes on everyone.
So what you're saying is you're looking forward to Total Annihilation.
You mean the game that's already released? You mean Global Annihilation or Planetary Annihilation?
Is that what I mean? The one where you can shoot asteroids into planets?
Planetary Annihilation.
Yeah,
the one that has a $70
the thing that I said.
$70 alpha.
You mean the thing that I said?
Yes.
Okay.
What about the game that came out where it was just like that, but you were just one?
Because Total Annihilation and Supreme Commander were the games that's kind of the.
I played a little bit of Subcom too, and I was not super into it.
I don't know what you're referring to.
It was really cute. The game was really cute.
Little Big Planet?
Wait, it had sub 90-degree angles?
Not real acute, really cute.
Oh, okay.
Journey?
No, it wasn't Journey. It was. This is something we played in college. It was. Fuck.
Dude, I played a lot of
it was Spore. Fucking Spore.
Similar, but not.
But completely different.
Spore was fun.
No, well, because
for about 10 minutes.
Well,
we're bad at it.
Empire Earth is a real-time strategy from beginning to end.
Right. Okay.
Spore is a various genre.
Yeah.
And also, Spore was good, got bad, and then got great.
I don't think it was a great game. I just thought it was fun.
No, it was fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here and make a face about Spore, but not as much as the face that I would make about Dark Spore.
Dark Spore I played too. That game was weird.
At least you got to space.
Is weird the best thing you have to say about it?
I didn't play a whole lot of it.
Find a game that Dustin doesn't like. Holy shit!
I mean, I didn't play a whole lot of it.
I'm not gonna say that for Dustin.
But I played part of it, and it was kind of like it reminded me. The gameplay initially,
it's Diablo.
Was Diablo, yeah,
but with Spore stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Marvel Heroes is.
No, don't. No, wait.
Marvel Heroes, the game you have.
Oh, well, okay. No, that's different because that game's better.
There we go.
For a second there, I thought you were talking shit about Marvel Ultimate Alliance because I got confused.
No.
And I was about to break this mostly full bottle and stab you with it, or take this and stab you with some Mexican Coke.
I'm saying. All
right, I got a half-liter of Mexican Coke over there.
Like real sugar Mexican Coke.
Like what does that say to you?
Why do you have this?
Because my store sells. I don't know if you've noticed, but we sell gangster shit.
Dude, I'm coming to your store.
11/13. But no, Darkspore was okay. It wasn't great. But I played. I think maybe that was something I was in the beta for, and they were just releasing characters or
this
something.
Has real sugar in it!
It's true.
Yeah, and those are usually the best.
Already, the caps.
I know.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Darkspore wasn't terrible. At least initially, there were some tunes that I really liked playing, and I could have gotten more into it, but I feel like there was some thing that they wanted me to pay for, and I was like, nah, I'm not paying for that.
I don't think they wanted you to pay for anything. I think the game was just bad.
I feel like there was like...
Was it your time that they wanted you to pay with?
I don't remember.
Okay.
No, it was actually... I feel like it was something actually monetary to make me want to play the game more, and
I did have a lot of fun with the Spore Creature Creator, because it was a separate application.
Sure.
So, like, I uninstalled Spore from my computer, and I was just like, I'm going to just build weird shit on the Creature Creator.
Just going to make a bunch of dicks.
Big dicks!
Yep. Man, that community was full of dicks.
Man, big dicks.
Well, only when they were the giant creeps that were wandering the...
Oh, the legendary creeps?
The legendary creatures, yeah.
You can only beat them when you have tanks and spaceships.
And then they're just trivial.
Unless you're carnivorous, then you can kind of beat them.
Then you can eat dicks.
Right.
You can eat
You can beat
dicks.
the giant legendary
Huge
dicks.
legendary
You can
dicks.
eat
Gotcha.
giant legendary dicks. That is the moral from Spore. Eat giant legendary dicks. Peace, drop the mic, I'm out.
That's all I got.
No, that's not all you got, because we're going to talk about GTA 5 on... Well, okay, no.
GTA Online.
We're not going to talk about GTA 5 Online, because they didn't call it that. We're going to talk about GTA Online.
It's its own thing. You can do whatever you want.
It really...
Well, it's not... Okay, A, it's not its own thing. B, it comes out, like, 2 weeks after the game comes out.
Right.
Well, it's...
And see, I have no idea what the fuck that thing really is.
It's like...
It looks both awesome and like it could be the worst thing ever,
like,
all at the same time.
It wants to be a valid multiplayer option, and
I think,
it also wants to be a map creator, and it also wants to be a content creator.
I think it wants to be... I think it wants to be Grand Theft Auto,
Call of
Trials, Call of Duty,
I can see all of
Gears
those
of
things.
War, and Second Life, all in the same thing.
And I think it's going to be pretty successful at doing those
I mean,
things.
we'll see. So I mean, the upside is that they are selling it behind a game that already looks like it's going to be pretty goddamn successful because it's got
Grand Theft Auto
GTA
5 is
in the
gonna
title,
be-
and then it has a numeral after it. So
And also, they didn't release successives after 4.
That's not true.
Well, standalone DLCs aside,
They're not standalone.
Ballad of Gay Tony.
I don't think that was standalone.
Yeah, it is. They
Was it?
released it in a pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
Okay,
it wasn't standalone at first, but it became standalone.
Sure. Yeah, they sold that 3-pack of the riding
Ballad
with
of Gay
the
Tony.
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And then Ballad of Gay Tony, and then the dude with the other guy.
If you even try to sell me that Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories,
I mean, no,
are
those are full
different
games.
Yeah, but no. You tell me they're anything different than 3 and Vice City, then I'll just be like, you're dumb, because that's one thing that between 3 and 4 there was Vice City and San Andreas. They brought something new to the table.
Sure. But
then
those
the expansions and the quote unquote standalones, they were just like, hey, we're going to capitalize on this thing that we've already done and then make it better.
It may have been the place and time, but those were full discs, and those came out as full releases. So
They came out as full releases to market the PSP. It was a selling platform. It was a selling platform.
Yeah.
I believe it was a selling platform.
No, it
Okay.
definitely was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they were only released on the PS3 for a certain amount of, or the PSP, quote unquote, for a certain amount of time. And they were just like, hey, you can now buy these PSP games on a big boy console.
Uh-huh.
But literally, one of the selling points for the PSP was, hey, Liberty City Stories.
Yeah.
Because now you can play a Grand Theft Auto 3-esque game while you're taking a shit, quote unquote.
So I guess we need to make
Or
a decision
similar.
now. What are we buying GTA 5 on?
If the PC release holds true, I'm gonna go for PC because I don't plan on buying a next gen console until price drops.
Isn't it coming out on current gen still?
No. Yes, is it?
I don't know.
I'm
what
pretty
I
sure-
do know is
I'm pretty sure
currently
they've
don't have
announced
anything
it-
pre-ordered.
I'm pretty
so-
sure they've
Well,
announced it for
regardless, I
everything
don't-
but PC.
Regardless, well, remember that Nvidia thingy?
Well, yeah, I
Talked
remember.
about-
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember you talking about, but announced,
announced, yeah.
as in
Well,
current and
also,
next gen consoles.
I don't have a current
I have
or next gen.
I have
console.
all current consoles.
If I want to play,
at
this point in time, if I want to play GTA 5, I'm forced to wait for a port or a simultaneous release if they do it.
Yeah, if they
Saints Row did it, it would be smart for Rockstar to do it.
Yeah, totally.
If there was a simultaneous release and none of us had a new console, I would say that it would probably be worth buying on the PS3. Just because it's probably going to be the closest thing to anything good.
This is me shaking my head.
I mean, console-wise. I mean, obviously,
I still think
PC, if they're going to drop it on PC, PC is definitely going to be the best because the architecture is probably not going to change.
Alright, you guys both just said architecture a bunch of times, so I'll jump in and say, hey, guess what? At this point, Grand Theft Auto broke its exclusivity with PlayStation on the PS2.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would not count on it being better on the PS3 than the Xbox.
No, I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying that the PS3 has a better processor in it than the Xbox, hands down.
I don't think anybody
it puts out well.
Okay. No one outside of first-party developers, or I guess second. I'm gonna call Naughty Dog second-party for right now. Nobody outside of them have really taken advantage of that ever.
I mean, I don't expect
and I don't
much.
think they're learning it now.
I don't expect much difference, honestly. There's sometimes there is a difference.
Sure.
And,
now I get what you're saying.
Xbox will probably have a better network, so it really just depends on what you want to do with it.
I get what you're saying, and the only reason I have to rebut that is because we are literally on the cusp of a new console generation.
Especially once we get right into September.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, your best bet is if it comes out for PC, buy it for PC because there's not going to be any difference between the PC version and the next PC version. It's the PC version.
What?
It's the PC version.
Oh god!
And you are in a console in a new console generation. The best thing you can do is buy it for PC, which is like the worst thing you can possibly.
Do you want to hear the most terrifying thing that I could ever say for PC gamers?
What's that?
What if Saints Row Saints Row? What if GTA 5 was DirectX 12 exclusive?
Oh god.
What if it was DX12 exclusive?
It wouldn't be.
Keith just went to sleep. He just said, "Fuck this conversation. I'm done."
No, I don't even have PCI 3 on my motherboard. Like
exactly.
I have no access to XX12, even if I wanted to.
It wouldn't.
Because I can now. Granted, I can install. Okay, here's one thing I have going into the next console generation is both consoles have AMD chipsets, which means most games that are being released on PC are being touched by AMD well before NVIDIA even gets a chance to touch
fondled,
them.
Caressed.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I am running AMD cards and processors. You are running AMD cards.
No,
you're running AMD processor, not cards.
That's the one.
Yep. So I'm running both. So now, granted, I may not be able to say it's the most optimized, but
I'm going to say it's not the most optimized
because they're going to optimize for consoles first. They always will, because we are in a generation where PC exclusives are a gem.
What I was gonna say is they're not gonna optimize for that first because they're still getting used to GPUs on on PCs.
But I am running a GPU,
right?
And so I have a little bit of a leg up. And when like Saints Row 4, and this is something after it was released, I've already heard that Saints Row 4 is running better on AMD systems than NVIDIA. But NVIDIA didn't get hold of Saints Row 4 until literally like a week ago.
Right.
Because they developed it on AMD systems.
Right.
Interesting.
And then AMD was just like, well, since you developed it on our systems, we get first dibs. And they're just like, all right, here you go. So coming into an age of where ports are primarily taking over the PC gaming culture.
Sure.
It's good to be sitting in a seat where the consoles are owned by AMD because I'm running AMD systems.
Sure, for you.
For me, not for you, because you suck.
So, okay, what was the most impressive thing you guys saw out of GTA 5, or I'm sorry, GTA Online? GTA Online.
Yeah, GTA Online. That it's literally trying to do everything, and it's in true Rockstar fashion. It'll probably do it well.
Dustin.
People can come and visit you in your home, and they could just sit around your house and do nothing. That's a thing. They can just look at your house and go into your garage and look at your cars.
You know, Sims Online.
It's
PlayStation has had that for years.
Yeah.
You know what it's PlayStation Home.
It's called Kill Me. Please kill me,
PlayStation
God.
Home was awesome.
Slit my wrists.
No.
Stab me with ice picks.
You know what makes it even worse?
In the
You know
eyeballs.
what had that before that? Maxis with Sims Online.
Right,
you had
yeah.
to pay $15 a month for that.
I think what I find the most interesting would be the ability to take a group of people from potentially, if you know, assuming you party with a group of people and the people that you are with just go do shit, that you could take a party of people from, let's go do a death match, let's go do an ATV race, let's go rob this bank.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it's got some really impressive amount. It's got a really impressive amount of things it wants to do.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how well it executes.
We'll see how well it executes. The fact that it looks very much like a third person, like third person. The third person combat looks pretty solid.
Yeah. And
I was really surprised about that. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Also, I think honestly, perfectly honestly,
Sure.
I think it's real fucking smart of Rockstar to say, yeah, we're putting out this game that we know is going to sell millions of copies.
Yeah.
Millions of copies. And then because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a company that says this game is going to sell millions of copies.
Now we can do this thing we really want to do.
No. Then let's put the online in.
Right.
Let's see how many people after that week or so are still sticking around. You know, week, 2 weeks,
Save some money on development.
2.5 weeks.
Well, not necessarily development.
And
Save
then-
some money on release.
Not even that. And then say, okay, we have this game. Because the problem with so many online games is, we put
That's
this online
it?
game out? No, it's not even that's it. It's, we put this online game out as all of the servers simultaneously crash.
Right.
This gives them the ability to spin up servers.
You mean when they actually launch it, not now when they're talking about
Exactly.
it. Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because the game comes out September 17th, I
Right.
think is the release date, and this comes out October 1st.
Okay, yeah.
It gives them that window to go,
Who's really going to stick around?
to go,
and play games?
Amazon, hello? Yeah, spin up more servers. No, fucking start spinning them now.
Right.
And it gives them a chance to figure that out.
Yeah.
So I guess this week's really, honestly, I think this is an okay length. This is just me. But this
yeah,
week's,
it is just you, because I got to go to work tomorrow.
Well, this week's closing thought. Keith, what does that achievement look like? Who does that look like?
I can't see it from here. Where are my glasses?
They're in my car.
Fuck.
Okay, well, we'll skip that then.
Okay.
You know what my actual favorite part of Saints Row 4 so far is?
What?
When you have super speed and you're running, occasionally my guy at the very least will go, choo choo.
God damn it. That video needs to go up so they get that.
So hey, this has been the Slashplayed Podcast for this week.
Pretty extensive and fun. I really enjoyed it.
We'll see. This might half of it might disappear and it might be, 30 minutes.
Whatever.
It'd be
I doubt that
70%. Probably not. So, I guess this is goodbye. Say goodbye, Keith.
Bye, Keith.
Yeah, goodbye, guys.
I did the
fuck
thing.
RJ.